Maybe you're waiting on glue to dry, epoxy to cure, or inspiration to strike, but there will be down days in the shop. Well, no use in just sitting around. Let's take care of some things. We'll first hit some low-hanging and satisfying fruit and peel the glue from those used silicone brushes. Since there's no holes to be drilled or screws to be screwed, throw a battery on the charger. My assembly table has a Formica top, so a putty knife makes quick work of glue droplets and other schmears. Gotta keep that flat reference surface. I'll top off my power tool consumables like the staple gun, 23, 18, and 16 gauge nailers with the most commonly used lengths. I'll take an inventory of my hardware and purchase and refill anything that looks low, including batteries. Now is a good time to find homes for orphan items. For example, the joiner came with a set of tools and spare carbide cutters that I've had just sitting on this windowsill. I'll go with a Ziploc bag and a chip clip. Maybe a stronger chip clip right on the side of the machine. I'll check all my blades and fences for square, so the table saw, jointer, miter saw, and both bandsaws. The resaw bandsaw needed a slight adjustment to the tabletop to get her back in line. I'll drain my air compressor of its accumulated water. Even if you have powerful and centralized dust collection, each big tool will gather some dust in some type of cavity, so I'll shop vac out as much of that as I can. Now it's time to start making a mess. I'll go back into those cavities and blast away as much dust as I can with compressed air. Don't worry about the dust now, I'll handle that next. I'll open up the garage door and, working from the back, use a leaf blower to send all that dust out the door. The method that seems to work for me is to blow it all out, wait 5 minutes or so for that airborne dust to settle, and then repeat 3 to 4 times, and everything will come out pretty clean. With all that dust removed, I can more effectively hunt down dried glue and gunk on the concrete. At first battery's full, I'll switch that out for the other. I have 3 dust collecting things in the shop. First, the shop vac will get emptied, and I'll tap out the filter and make sure my neighbors aren't outside while I blow out its filter. The Festool extractor still has plenty of room in the bag and its filter looks pretty clean, but I'll give it a once over with some air anyway. I emptied the dust collector bin recently, and though I do this daily, I'll close its blast gate and not clean the filter a few times. Go ahead and transfer the contents of the shop trash into the household bin and get in there and remove those stuck-on paint rollers and any slop that's frozen to the bottom. I can go through my collection of finishes, some bordering on being antiques, and get rid of any that are now science experiments and may have created new elements. Your garage door is probably the biggest tool in your shop. A spray with white lithium grease every now and again does it good. I'll use my giant eraser to de-gunk the belt sander and the disc sander. I'll use paste wax on any cast iron surfaces, which in my shop is the disc sander, jointer, both band saws, the drill press, and the table saw. I like this stuff, Citrus Shield from Howard, as it gives the shop a sort of 90s nostalgic pine sol smell. My clamps need a little maintenance, like scraping the dried on glue. Parallel clamps tend to be the biggest offenders. And I'll use a nylon brush to clean up anything with threads and work in some WD-40. With heavy heart, I'll go through my scrap wood and throw away things that seemed useful at the time but probably aren't. On both bandsaws, I'll take that same nylon brush and clean the teeth on the mechanism that raises and lowers the guard, and hit that with some dry lubricant. It's hard to see here, but I'll do the same with the gears that raise and lower the table saw blade and tilt the blade. The shop may not look any different, but at least I feel better. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.